penny I find till I find me a new, till it all adds up to my lucky day. Mama said I'm gonna be rich, but I don't mind being poor. I don't need nothing at all, I only need you to stay.
What up?
You got me broken and beaten like a beggar, hoping you come back. But you can't see where the coin will drop until it's out of your hands. I've been weeping by the wishing well, wondering what went wrong. 'Cause you don't know what a penny's worth until the penny is gone. And she's gone. Tell me, what is it gonna cost before I see a return?
Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. What up, Instagram? I am live on YouTube right now. If you're seeing this, go to YouTube right now. If you're seeing this, go to YouTube right now. What up, YouTube world? What up, everybody?
You got me broken and beaten like a beggar, hoping you come back.
If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, and you're seeing this, please go to YouTube right now. How you doing, Erica? Head over to YouTube right now because I'm cutting this off the Instagram live. What up, Arena? Head over to YouTube right now, please, if you're seeing this. Once this song is over, I'm cutting the Instagram live off and I'm going to be on YouTube. So head over to YouTube, all right? And say hello once you're there. We got a very beautiful show today. I got a lot to talk about today. Head over to YouTube, y'all, all right? Don't be shy. And she's gone. All right, we're gonna be starting very shortly. Head over to YouTube. This is my, look at that. Can you see that? Ooh. That's all my people on Instagram. Head over to Instagram. Head over to YouTube, sorry. All right, that's all. If you see this right now, head over to YouTube. I'm over there. Thank you guys so much, all right?
Saving every penny I find till I find me enough.
All right. What up, good people? It is I here, and this is the third episode of Me, Myself, and I, and we're slowly but surely building this up for, let me just share that, on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me turn that down a little bit. So first, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. If you're here, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I always say that this is all just algorithms, but there are real human life, flesh, blood, spirit, heart behind those algorithms that make other people connect to the music. So whatever you do, if you enjoy this, share it with somebody. Hit the like button, subscribe button, follow button, wherever you're at, just hit it and help those algorithms understand that it's not just algorithms running the world, it's actual human beings running the world. I wanted to put a quote up, but for some weird reason, the quote comes up as restream.io. And I don't want it to say that. I want it to say my name. So I'm just going to read the quote myself and start this with a very powerful quote from an author that I really like. I don't know if I need to say anything other than we just did a show yesterday, Rolling Grape Vineyard in Peterborough. It was really awesome, great audience. One thing I really enjoy about getting back on stage is there are those audiences that are there to hear the music, and you can tell that they're transformed by every word you're saying. It's a beautiful thing, and I was just so moved by it. New music coming soon, very soon. New videos coming soon, very soon. And that is everything in terms of, there's a lot more than that, I'm sure. But I'm on my own today. Wife is working hard on some stuff. So I'm going to plow through this and get us through this. So, how y'all doing, man? It's Thursday, about to head into the weekend. It's been pretty crazy over here. It's been fun. It's been crazy. I think I've had some pretty intense moments. Please don't be shy. Write comments in the comment. If I ask you a question, make those questions be answers in the comment section, and I will definitely engage with y'all. So let me put this on something I can read it better. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? And I had this book in my mind, and it's potentially, beside the Bible, my favorite book of all time. The Bible's hands down my favorite book of all time, for several reasons. But this book is probably my favorite book of all time, and it's called, has two names. One of the names is called Citadel, and that's the French name, and the other name is called Wisdom of the Sands by Antoine Saint Exupéry. I probably said that wrong, right? Antoine, and he wrote The Little Prince. You guys know the book, the cartoon Little Prince. He wrote that book, and it's a children's book that had some deep philosophical thoughts to it, but he's actually a really deep and intellectual writer, really philosophical writer, and as a former philosophy student who dropped out of school, this book blew my mind. So anyhow, the quote is, and I'm going to write it in the chat so it's there. I'm going to highlight it. I hate the fact that it shows like this, and I don't know how to change the name on it, but I'm going to just put it up. We'll figure that out later. It says, "The tree is more than first a seed, then a stem, then a living trunk, and then dead timber. The tree is a slow, enduring force, straining to win the sky." And I went and said, I need to find a quote from this book. And this is the first quote that was in English, they're all in French, that I saw. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect quote for this week, for my life this week. And one morning I woke up and I was like, yo, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it because it's real and because you guys need to hear this. And I think somebody out there needs to hear this. I said to myself, woke up one morning a couple days ago, and I said, I feel like giving up. I feel like just stopping everything. And then that morning I opened my Bible and I read, and it said, with man it is not possible, but with God all things are possible. And I thought about why I felt that way, why I felt like giving up, why I felt like, I feel that way more than I should. But this time, at this point in my life, things feel good. You're moving along. You got your family, you got your children, wife. You're doing things that a lot of people wish they were doing. Why do you feel like giving up this morning? And the result that I said to myself that night, when I spoke to my wife that night while we were in bed about to fall asleep, I said, actually, she was sleeping, and I woke her up to tell her this, right? And I said, it's like you're trying forever. It's like the trying never stops. And the thing you're trying for, you almost feel like you never get it. But you don't realize that the trying never stops because you're always pushing the goalpost, which is not a bad thing. And you're always trying for something new, right? So let me see something here. I hope this is working. Just want to make sure I see y'all. Anyhow, because it's something looks like it froze. Anyhow, so you're always trying for something new. So you don't realize that as you're moving forward, you are straining to win the sky. So it feels like you never can get there because sky's the limit in this world. We have the infinite potential to do good, infinite potential to do, I don't think we have infinite potential to do bad. I think there's a limit to bad, but there's infinite potential to do good, right? And I thought to myself that, you're working so hard and you keep changing your standards in a good way. You know what I mean? And your standards are growing. Your understandings are growing. Your life is growing. And the beautiful thing about that is that as it grows, you're straining to reach the sky. So it's a beautiful thought It's a beautiful feeling. But it made me feel like I wanted to give up. Imagine every tree said, I'm done. I'm just going to give up. And they just plopped over and we had no fruits, no oxygen anymore. But they keep growing. And I have all these beautiful trees in my backyard, like humongous. And they keep growing, keep going. And it's a beautiful thought to know that even when you feel like giving up, it's not because you actually want to give up. It's because you are searching for higher heights. You are searching for more in life. And the feeling of wanting to give up is a seed of something greater, right? It's not until you actually give up is that you let it win. You let that feeling win. But the feeling of wanting to give up is organic. It's not, they say, don't have any doubts and always have faith. And I believe all that. I do. But how can your faith be tested unless you have some levels of doubts, right? Unless you're uncertain sometimes about things, right? I don't know if I'm becoming successful. You know what I mean? Success is relative. Someone said to me today, I was on a meeting today earlier, and they said to me, wow, you have 15 million streams on Old Sweet Day. And I was like, did we post about that? Or I said, yeah, we posted about that. And I was like, it's sometimes as an artist, it's hard to appreciate those things because there's so many artists who don't have 15 million streams on any song. There's so many artists that don't even have 500,000 streams on any song, 5,000 streams on any song. It happens, trust me. Let me share this comment by friend. But I said, it's hard sometimes because you see your numbers beside other people's numbers, and I keep saying Billie Eilish. She's the hot topic of the month, I guess, and she has like crazy number of streams. Taylor Swift, crazy number of streams. Black Pumas, crazy number of streams. And you compare yourself amongst these people, and you think like, oh, my 15 million compared to their 30 million or 100 million. It's so small, but it's not. It's not so small. You got to live on your trajectory, live on your life. So I'm gonna sing a song. Okay, you guys cool with that? And this song is kind of like what I'm talking about. So I want to read this one more time. For everybody tuning in now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, write a comment. Let me know you're out there. The tree is more than first a seed, then a stem, then a living trunk, then dead timber. The tree is a slow, enduring force, straining to win the sky. That is beautiful. That is a quote by one of my favorite writers of all time, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I probably said that right. Exupéry? Sounds like right. And that's from a book called Wisdom of the Sands, also known as Citadel in French. And this is from a song I wrote that was officially unreleased, and then it became released during the pandemic, called Kelowna, right? Take me back to Kelowna, 'cause I don't wanna get over. Bathe me in the Okanagan waters. Take me back to Kelowna. I drank wine with a wise man. He had tears in his eyes then. Whoa, take me back. He said if you wanna be something, gotta know what it means to have nothing. Whoa, take me back. The world can be your teacher, just don't let it be your leader. So I've learned not to follow my mistakes. Take me back to Kelowna, 'cause I don't wanna get over. Bathe me in the Okanagan water. Take me back to Kelowna. I found truth in a seedling, 'cause it taught me my meaning. Whoa, take me back. See the connection? See that seed, it gotta die before that tree can come alive. Whoa, take me back. Some of us are dreamers, some are our brothers' keepers. But all of us are looking for some place. Take me back to Kelowna, yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna get over. Bathe me in the Okanagan waters. Take me back to Kelowna, yeah. Take me back, I wanna go like the river flows. Take me back, I wanna go on the valley road. Take me back, I wanna go, won't you take me, Lord? Take me back, I wanna go. Take me back to Kelowna, Lord, 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 'cause I don't wanna get over, oh. Bathe me in the Okanagan waters. Take me back to Kelowna. Mm-hmm. Take me back. So if I go back to when I was in Kelowna, and I look at my career where I was then, I look at my family where I was then, I look at my health where it was then, and I can honestly say that, you know, I've like the tree, reached for the sky, and have constantly improved, you know. So the thing is, we gotta realize, it's like when you watch your children grow. I mean, and then one day you're just like, wow, they're so big. They were growing the whole time. You just didn't notice it, right? But this one day you just see it. Like, wow, they're so big. I have a metaphor. Let me finish the song and I'll tell you my metaphor. Take me back to Kelowna, yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna get over. Lord, bathe me in the Okanagan waters, yeah. Take me back to Kelowna. Ooh. All right, so let me read that. Rule number 1: don't compare yourself to anyone else. You are unique, as is your journey. I will say, hear me out. Comparison is not a bad thing. Why is it not a bad thing? Because we learn to live by comparison, right? We compare ourselves as babies to our parents. We mimic their sounds. That's a comparison. Then we try to walk and talk like them. That's a comparison. If you have siblings, you learn from your siblings. That's a comparison. So while I agree with you, I will further add that comparison is natural. It's the way of life. We were social creatures. Almost every creature, not every creature, but a lot of creatures in nature live by comparison. Here's the problem. The problem is when you're not comparing things accurately, right? So I'm trying to take this idea, rule number 1 that Fern says, and go deeper into it, right? The problem is when you compare things that are not equal, that are not in equivalent, I don't know the word, right? Equal settings, right? Let me know you're following me. Give me some emojis in there if you're following what I'm saying. So we don't understand the backstory of everything. I'm gonna turn this mic down a little bit. And we look at things. Well, I'll tell you something. I look at artists and I'll be like, yes. But comparing is just like, look at this thing and look at this thing, right? It's like, these are two things that I'm comparing them. And you can learn through comparison, right? It's something we learn in school. You can learn through comparison. But I agree with you typically. Like, generally, I agree with you. I think that what happens with comparison is that if you take an apple and compare it to an orange, and you say that this apple is better than this orange, then you're not comparing equivalent things. If I look at an artist who's at my level in my career, and I compare my numbers to their numbers, there are things that I can, like Fern said, learn from that can help me evolve and grow as a musician. That's all I've done in my career is compare people. It's impossible not to, because I compare myself to writers. Jason Isbell, he writes like this. I want to write better. The problem is when you don't look at the circumstances behind how that person got to where they got to, the team behind them, the settings behind them that allow them to be what they are, right? That is when comparison turns into something destructive, right? So in and of itself, I wouldn't throw comparison out because it's a way for us to sharpen ourselves and become better at what we do. But you go on Instagram and you look at somebody's life and you say, wow, that person's life is so amazing. But you don't know when they go to bed at night, they fall to sleep in pain all over and they're sore. And maybe you don't want to, wow, that guy who just won that, I don't know, MVP in that sports game, he's so amazing. But we don't see the sacrifice he had to make and the people that he had to turn down every Friday night when they want to go to club and drink and the things that they have to let go to get there. So we compare our lives to his and think, oh, my life is not as good as his life. But we don't compare the yearning for the sky that each of us are doing. So that's what I would say to that, Fern. So I agree with you in part. So if comparison turns into something that is destructive for your spirit, don't do it. But I will say in and of itself, comparison should not be a destructive thing for you, because although we are all on our own journey, yes, there are things we can learn. So take me back to Kelowna. I don't, because Kelowna was a beautiful time in my life. And it was a time when I was just like, I don't know, it just felt chill, man. It just felt good. And the funny thing is, I wrote the song before I even went to Kelowna ever. Before I even been to Kelowna, I do this weird stuff where these thoughts just come to me, and then it becomes a reality in the future, right? Time traveling in a weird way. I'm not gonna stay on too long today. I say that every week, and then I stay on for longer than I anticipate. I had a show yesterday. Got home really late last night, and drink some water. Got home really late last night. So the metaphor I was gonna tell you, this is gonna be so awkward. I won't say the name of the person who gave me this metaphor, but we were driving home last night from Peterborough in the dark, and we were talking about life, talking about our careers, and then someone said, he said, it's like, how do I say this? He said, when I look at your career, it seems like right now where you're at in your career, it's like when you really got to go to the bathroom, right? And you're driving home, you got to go to the bathroom, you're like, I got to get to the bathroom. And as soon as you get to the door, it just gets more intense, and you're like, I can't hold it. And then you get you're fumbling with your keys trying to get to the door, and then you finally get to the bathroom, like, right? It's a horrible analogy. But why it's such a great analogy is because your mind knows something's coming, and then you get so worked up about it because you're like, I'm almost there, and then there's children. I was one of those children, unfortunately, who you got worked up. You're right at the door, and you're like, mommy, I peed my pants, right? so that was their analogy, that I'm about to pee my pants, which it was a good thing in their mind. So I'm not about to pee my pants, but I got exactly what he meant. I was just like, I get it. I totally get that. You're getting antsy because something is coming, and you know it, and you're right at the door. Just don't pee your pants. Just get to the flush. Okay, no more number one analogies. But it was like the way they just said it, and we just started laughing in the car because they're like, that makes perfect sense. It's really awkward, but it makes perfect sense. That was funny. Anyhow, so I'll bring back this quote, right? Here we go. Let's try this. Everybody joining in. This is the theme of the day. We're going to call this episode Win the Sky. Okay? So when I finish this episode, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to call it Win the Sky. What does that mean? Win the sky? This is what I want y'all to take into the weekend, right? Win the sky. Write that down somewhere. I'm not your teacher. I'm just giving you Orbison flush. Yes, right. Yes, right. Get to the Orbison flush. I'm not going to tell the story again. Next, I have to pee now. How hilarious. Get to the Orbison flush. If you guys don't know about my Orbison flush, I don't know what episode I told the Orbison flush on, but it's on one of these episodes. And if you can get to the bathroom, you get that big moment with the Orbison flush. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? It was hilarious. But don't pee your pants. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say get to the flush because it's right around the corner. If you feel that anxiety, you feel like it's why can't I just get there? You might be right there, right? Anyways. But write this down, everybody. Win the sky. Can you write that down? Win the sky. WIN the sky. I'm gonna read this again for everybody just tuning in. The tree is more than first a seed, then a stem, then a living trunk, then dead timber. The tree is a slow, enduring force straining to win the sky, the kingdom of heaven, a beautiful life, retirement, however you want to look at it. We are straining to win the sky, each one of us. And when you look at life as that process, you will stop, as Fern says, comparing yourselves unequally to others. If you compare yourself equally to others, when you understand the full context of the circumstance, did I spell sky wrong? I hope I didn't spell sky wrong. Oh, so you spelled it wrong. No, not when. Win the sky. Oh, you're joking with me, aren't you? Win, WIN, the sky, right? WIN, win the sky. Like win a game, win a prize, win the sky. And they say the sky's the limit. That's the cliche, right? So, it is something, the benefit of my career, I hope, for others, and I think I'm going to look at my career as a lesson to others, to onlookers, on endurance, on stick-to-itiveness, on getting there-ness, whatever that means, on togetherness, meaning you have a family, you have a team, you have a partner, whoever's with you, that you continue to work hard with those people. Because my mind says you should be on the biggest stages with the biggest artists in the world. That's what my mind says. I should really fire my typist. I love that. My mind says that, and some of you guys have said that. Oh, I got another topic, and I'm gonna put some people on blast. Anyhow, my mind says that, and but if I compared my numbers that are up right now on the screen to my favorite YouTuber, I'd feel like crap. You know what I mean? I feel I'm sucky, blah blah blah. But I also forget the fact that my favorite YouTubers have been doing this for almost a decade. Like literally, I'm not even exaggerating, right? So their numbers were my numbers. I haven't been streaming like this for like a long time. I just started doing this, right? So my point is that we can't unequally compare ourselves. But I do compare myself to see, okay, how do they do their lighting? How do they communicate with people? So last time I was looking down at my screen a lot, trying to see the comments, and I was with my daughter and we were looking down and whatever, but I'm like, that's you guys right there. That's you guys right there. You are also here for me. I was reading your comment, so I should say, hey, nice comment, Annie Christine Degrand, and I'm reading your comments. When you look down, you understand that I'm teaching you as I'm going, okay? And then I look over here and I say, hey guys, how you guys doing? Right? So anyhow, ramble on. That's a Led Zeppelin. I think it's Led Zeppelin. Ramble on. Anyhow, so win the sky. Think about it. It's a very powerful thought. I want to keep this on the screen. I hate that it says restream. I got to figure out why it doesn't say I. I probably could change that pretty easily, but I don't want to touch anything here and screw up my feed. Let's see if I could change that. No, it should say I. It asked me right here what should it say, and it doesn't say. It says restream. Anyhow, win the sky. That's the theme today. And so I would love to think of my career. You are the most underrated artist I know. That is one of the best compliments I've ever heard. I don't even know how to, if I am underrated. Maybe I'm rated exactly where I should be rated in this career. I feel that way. I definitely feel that way sometimes. Not the most. I could tell you some artists that are more underrated than me. But I feel that way. But I also feel like I have faith in God, extreme faith in God, and I feel like, I look at my life, look at my wife, look at my children, and this is gonna be heavy stuff right here. I don't know if I would be a better father if things were different for my career. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd be a better husband if things were different for my career. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if I would be able to avoid the temptations of ego, the temptations of flesh, if my success came earlier than I anticipated coming. So why would we all be listening now if we didn't believe in you and your incredible talent? It's just not about me. I appreciate that, Ferd. This is not about me. This is about us. This is about me being something of a hope for people. You know what I mean? Inspiration for people. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. So I don't want to make this about me. This is not a pity party for me. I'm trying to let you guys know that it is a process. You know what I mean? And that there's being independent, running your own label, keeping control of your own life, having when you make money, 100% of that money comes back to you. That's a world that is not the world doesn't like that too much. There's large corporations, we won't go into all that, we did that last week, who want to make sure you don't get a market share. There's large companies in the music industry that want to make sure that I don't get a market share and artists like me don't get a market share because they want it all. They want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the top 10 charts. They want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the Apple playlist, Spotify playlist. They want it all. And they're like, we don't want you to have anything, right? So that's just how it is. So you got to work harder. You got to fight harder. So what I wanted to go into, I wish I had a screenshot for this. So as I get down the line, I'm going to be even better at like getting. I'm going to go down the line. Oh, I didn't upgrade my restream. Maybe that's why we're getting this these restream things. I got an email from Canada's Got Talent. And I was going to make a post yesterday on my Instagram Reels. You know, one of those posts with the thing in the background? See, Prince Rogers Nelson. Is this Prince Rogers Nelson? Why does that name sound familiar to me? Please elaborate in the comments who Prince Rogers Nelson is. Because that name is so familiar to me. So anyways, I got an email from Canada's Got Talent. And I was going to make a post on my Reels yesterday with the email, not an email, I got a DM on my Instagram, not even an email. I got a DM on my Instagram and the post was in the background. I was going to put the post in the background like they do on TikTok and Reels. And I was going to post this to TikTok and Reels. And then I was like, I don't want to get myself in trouble. Prince. Oh, yes, Prince. I'm an idiot. I know that name. Prince. Prince is one of my favorite. Yo, Prince wrote Slave on his. I didn't think I'd be like this anti-industry guy because I'm not. I'm really not. And I might sign a major label deal someday. Who knows? Right? It's not. I've chosen not to go down that route. Right? By circumstances, by having conversations that didn't lead to anywhere. But like, Prince wrote Slave because. Anyways, that'll be another episode where we talk about Prince and his life. Labels hated him because he understood independence. He understood that all the power comes from us. We are the tree winning the sky. You know what I mean? You can't just give power to the person harvesting the fruits. The tree has all the power, right? If all the trees die, we're done. If all the trees say we're not going to yield any fruits anymore, life as we know it will never exist again. So if all the artists say we're not giving you our music anymore, life as they know it. I shouldn't be saying this stuff because Google, Yahoo, YouTube, they're all in cahoots with each other. So they might just be like, I don't like this guy. he's saying too much. God's timing is the best timing. It seems that the timing you've chosen, not this world's, not yours, you've chosen his. Big thing will come. Big things will come. Erica says that. So Canada's Got Talent messaged me, and I get messages all the time, and I see people all the time who come to me and they're like, "Hey man, you should be on The Voice, or you should be on Got Talent or X Factor, or whatever these shows is. Your voice is so good. You'd be so amazing on these shows." And full disclosure, way back in the days when I was a super amateur musician, me, my wife, my daughter, stood in that lineup for Canada's Got Talent, didn't get selected. This is early on, so I understand why I didn't get selected. Also in England, London, England, I don't remember where we were, something Wharf. I think we're on something Wharf at some big place where we auditioned for Britain's Got Talent. I knew I wasn't going to make it. I just went to do it just for the fun of it. Ever since those two experiences, especially Canada's Got Talent, I said I will never do one of these shows again. The Voice reached out to me to do something for The Voice. I think The Voice Quebec reached out to me. A lot of these people reached out to me and I said, I will never do these again. So I'm ultimately flattered when people suggest that I do Canada's Got Talent, The Voice, all these shows, right? These singing competition shows. But there's a little part of me that feels slighted or jaded. Why? Because it's like your talent will only be recognized if you go on these shows, which I think is complete BS. And I'll explain what this email, why when I got this email, why I was going to make the post and why I was talked down off the ledge by my wife for making this post, right? So I was just like, so you're sending me a DM on Instagram to me directly and then writing a comment on one of my posts saying, hey, check your DMs like I'm some kind of OnlyFans beauty queen. And saying, we would like you to audition da 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 da. Please go on our website and fill out a form so you have a chance to be on our show. Now, yes, exactly. Don't do any of them. I like Annie Christine de Grand. Brilliant lady. We are like people. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to do any of these shows. Because one is, as a Canadian artist, I have been Juno nominated. Whatever that's worth in this world, it's something that has happened to me. For those of you who don't know, the Junos is like the Canadian Grammys. So I've been nominated for a Juno, which is like the Canadian Grammys. The Grammys is on a bigger scale for all the people in England. It's like the Brits. It's our national music awards, right? I'm a nominee for that. So even if the rest of the world doesn't acknowledge that, Canada's Got Talent and Canadians should acknowledge to some degree that this guy is a Juno nominated artist. So for you to send an email to my DMs, so I say emails, it's not emails. For you to send a DM to me personally, knowing that you can reach out to my management, you know what I mean? Knowing that you can reach out to my agents, I do have agents, is a completely condescending. And I know they don't mean anything by it. It's just the way the system works. It's just the way that their mentality is. You don't have me fill out a contract. We fill out a contract together. I give you one, you give me one. You have the leverage probably in this situation because you're TV, you have money, so we have a mutual understanding with a contract. I don't just come on your show, give you the rights to all my stuff. It doesn't work like that, right? I'm a nobody to them. I can understand that. I'm just an artist, but they've probably sent out thousands of these emails, and I was just one of them. And the best part about it is, I say emails, DMs. The best part about it is when they messaged me, they wrote, "Hi, iMusic," like AHI all capitals and music in lowercase, like that was my name. Hi, iMusic. Anyhow, I thought that was funny, and I want to say this to any musician. If there's any musicians that are watching this live right now, or that will be watching this, this is what I'm going to say to you. There is nothing wrong with doing those shows. There is absolutely nothing wrong, depending on where you're at in your career. But if you're a musician who's been working their ass off and they want you to just be on the shows, you're playing under their circumstances. You're playing under their rules. So just understand that you don't have leverage in that situation. If you are okay with giving up that leverage to be on television, to get that visibility, it's great. That's your choice. I'm literally honestly saying it's not a big deal. It's not that end of the world if you do that. But remember, they write the contracts. You sign the contracts, and you can't negotiate the contracts, right? So just understand that. For all my fans out there who've come up to me and said, "Why don't you go on these shows?" It's not flattering for me to do those shows. It's flattering to me that you think I would be good enough for those shows, absolutely. But it doesn't flatter me to do those shows. I'll get on TV, you'll forget about me in a month. Even if I win it, right? The best outcome for that is that I win it and that I'm in these contracts with these companies for whatever they want that does not necessarily align with my vision as an artist. But I thought it I wouldn't go as far as saying it was disrespectful for them to DM me. I felt it was a little tacky. And maybe it wouldn't have been tacky if they're like, hey, they did say we can get on a Zoom call, but there's nothing they're really going to say to me on a Zoom call once they say fill out the application on our website. I don't know if that's diva-ish of me. You let me know. Tell me, do you think I'm being a diva here? Do you think I'm being emotionally sensitive here? Tell me what you think in the comments. I don't I don't think so. But I've seen to each their own, and I think that I can't think of too many careers that have been launched from these shows. There have been some, and I would imagine those artists already had a large trajectory, a large fan base, and they use this as leverage to their end, and maybe their contracts were totally different than you think. So anyhow, um, that is my spiel about Canada's Got Talent. No, I will not be on Canada's Got Talent, and unless, like Anne Christine DeGrand says, I'm a judge. I'm invited there to sing one of my songs that I own, that I will get complete and 100% royalties for. Then I will do it. And otherwise, even if I wasn't somebody I thought they shouldn't have DM'd, it doesn't matter because I would still not do it because I just don't like it. I made that choice a long time ago when it may have made sense to me to be on one of these shows. Um, but I liked some of them. I used to like watching them. I used to like The Voice. I don't like Got Talent so much, but I like The Voice. I think the concept of The Voice was really cool at the beginning. Now it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just like, yeah, wow, I'm gonna push okay, yeah. It's just like, okay, how many times can we push buttons here? Find someone that doesn't look like their voice, and then let's act like we're gonna all fight to push this button. It's a really weird show. Now it is, but it was cool when it started. Guys, I think I should sing a song and get some food in my stomach. I'm glad it's funny. Every time I'm preparing for these lives, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Like, there's so many other things could be doing in terms of my career. And then I'm like, I get on here and I get to talk to you guys, and I get to. It's cathartic for me. Essentially, it's great. And it's fun, and I enjoy you guys' comments. The best part is reading comments. I didn't know this. I didn't know I had such intelligent fans. I think you guys are awesome for thinking like this. Because it's good to know that your fans are not just I'm calling you guys fans. I don't think you're fans. I call you guys my good people. You are good people. And I think that understanding that being able to talk to you guys and you guys understand these things is so amazing. Whatever you do in your career, win the sky. You know what I mean? And remember, the sky is the limit, right? It's a beautiful thought. Win the sky. No, I don't think you're being a diva, says Anne. So now I'm reading the comments. You're being a diva, says Anne. Annie, I keep saying Annie. My drummer's wife, her name is Anne. He calls her Annie all the time, and I call her Anne. So whenever I see the word Annie, I just say Anne. Anyhow, what I know of the music industry and those shows, you're making sound decisions, my friend. Kudos to not folding. And I said to my wife, I said, you know what? There's going to be an artist that I know who should not do this show. It's Canada's Got Talent. And who's going to feel like my career is just, if only I just got on TV. If only I was just seen. If only all these people could see me. And they're going to stand in that freaking line with no disrespect to the amateur musicians, but someone who's put in work for years. They're going to stand in that line with all these amateur musicians, no disrespect to the amateur musicians, and sit there and go through this, I don't want to be disrespectful, this line, I just call it the line, right? To get their 20, 30 seconds opportunity to sing to these people who are probably not in the music industry. And they're going to say, what's your story? And they're going to be like, I'm a musician. I've been struggling. Yeah, but do you have cancer? Did somebody die? How did you deal with the pandemic? Like, they want a story. They want the whole thing. And I have a great story, but who cares? I don't care. So that's just how I feel. Absolutely. I don't know how to say your name. I keep seeing it. Is it Yidis, or is it Iris? Please tell me how to say it. Iris Dell. That's how I would say it, but I don't think I'm right. Yidis Dell. So if there's I have thought about it. And Iris. I'm gonna say Iris until I know the right way to say it. If there's an artist out there that's watching this, if you want to do it, know what you're getting into. Read your contract. Understand that they're going to own all the content. They're going to own your promotional rights for as long as they want, probably in perpetuity all throughout the universe and beyond into the galaxies that have not been reached by Star Trek yet. They're going to own all that stuff. Iris, beautiful name. So yeah, that's my spiel about Canada's Got Talent. You will never see me on that show as a contestant. More, so if I remember, so let's put it out there now. I will be on one of these shows, but I will not be a contestant. I will be a guest judge, or I will be a guest performer, which is probably more ideal for me. I don't want to judge people. Guest performer. So have faith in yourself, have confidence in yourself. Know that if you're going there, reach for the sky. If you're a tree that is climbing and climbing and climbing, don't let someone make you put a mirror on the floor and say, hey, this is the sky. Come back down here, reach for me. That's what Canada's Got Talent is for me. A mirror on the floor reflecting the sky, making me think that that is the sky. But they don't understand what I'd have to give up to reach down to their mirror. Wow, that was beautiful, wasn't it? I'm happy with that metaphor. I should write a book one day. Um, you guys inspire me to talk this way, so you know what I mean. And my wife has to deal with the brunt of my long diatribic moments where I just talk for hours about an idea and distill it down to this small idea, but it takes me an hour to do it. So these are great things. And I'll have these forever to remember. So Win the Sky. So this is it. This is it. And I'm going to find a song. Recommend some songs in the chat. I'll see if I can do that. Put some songs, put something you want to hear by me. I have to sing my own songs because if I sing a cover song, they'll take my video down. But I want to say that as clear as day. Let this be the soundbite, okay? Somebody do me a favor. When this goes live, find this timestamp and email it. Not email it to me. DM it to me. You guys are allowed to DM me. No, I don't want all these lame industry people DMing me. DM it to me, and then I'm going to send it to my team who are going to use this soundbite right here. This is the soundbite. It is Win the Sky, but don't let somebody put a mirror at your feet telling you it is the sky, showing you a reflection of the sky. I did it wrong. But anyways, showing you a reflection of the sky, making you think that if you stoop down to their level, you're going upwards. Go for the sky. Don't stop. Win the sky. Once you reach up, you're already close to the sky. You're already touching the sky. Just keep going. The sky's the limit. You get that? Win the sky. Wow. Someone said we made it through the wreckage. I couldn't even tell you the last time. If I sing this song though, I'm gonna have to sing it like in a different way. You know what I mean? Like I'd have to like interpret it. Like let me think. It's been ages since I sang this song. I can sing a snippet though. Do I even remember the lyrics? What is that? Let's give it a shot. All right. You put me on the spot. If I screw it up, it is Iris's fault because she picked a song that I never sang. Let's tune that up a little bit. Yeah, so this is the moral of the story. Win the sky. Share that metaphor with someone. See what they think. See if it makes sense. I'm sure you'll be able to articulate it better than I can. But don't let someone put a mirror at your feet telling you it's the sky. It's just a reflection. Maybe that was a better timestamp than what I said before. It's funny, as soon as you say action, you're like, I can't think anymore. I may not do the whole song, guys. It's a good one though. Let's see how I can connect this song to the theme of winning the sky. So wreckage. This song is about, a wreckage, right? Nobody. There's this line in this song. Thought we were doomed when they saw us free fall. Iris wants to hear we made it through the wreckage. Thought we were doomed when they saw us free fall. We ain't falling. We just flying backwards. Nobody ever tried to rescue us. They only ever tried to sabotage. Said it was ashes and dust for us. Dug up the dirt for a burial plot. We weren't supposed to ever make it this far. Stuck in a world trying to tear us apart. We get even when we beat the odds. For you and I, this is just the start. We did not, they did not think, I know I was going to say that. They did not think we would still be here. But together we made the way clear. We came out of the wreckage. Not a scratch, not a mark, no, not a blemish. Oh, we were used and abused and neglected. We made it through the wreckage. They forgot about us, we're children of the wreckage. Under the rubble they ignored our calls. Told everybody it was a false alarm. Thought we were doomed when they saw us free fall. But didn't I tell you we can never be harmed? As long as there's life we'll always fight. And we've been fighting for all our lives. If we're buried in dark we'll reach that light. Cause you and I, we were born to survive. They did not think we would still be here. But together we made the way clear. We came out of the wreckage. Not a scratch, not a mark, no, not a blemish. Oh, we were used and abused and neglected. We made it through the wreckage. They forgot about us, we're children of the wreckage. We are the miracle. They forgot about us now. We are the miracle. They forgot about us and they always doubt us. We are the miracle. They forgot about us. We're children of the wreckage. They forgot about us now. Wreckage. They forgot about us. We're children of the wreckage. Not a scratch, not a mark, no, not a blemish. Oh, we were used and abused and neglected. We made it through the wreckage. Not a scratch, not a mark, no, not a blemish. Oh, we were used, abused and neglected. We made it through the wreckage. They forgot about us, we're children of the wreckage. You know what line I like? This is my favorite line of the song. We are the miracle. They forgot about us now. We are the miracle. They forgot about us. They always doubt us now. We are the miracle. They forgot about us. We're children of the wreckage. All right, so thank you. Thank you, Iris. That was a good one. I haven't played that song in ages. And you guys are awesome. Let's go back to the final thought. The first thought, the final thought. Everybody who's still with me, put your emojis in the air. Thank you. That's okay. Let me read. I'm looking down now, so I'm reading a comment. Thank you. That song always reminds me that I can get through hard circumstances because I have done it before. One day soon, I'm going to bring my wife on here and we're going to talk about the story behind the title, We Made It Through the Wreckage, the song title, We Made It Through the Wreckage, and why I named my album, my first album, which is coming on its 5-year anniversary coming up soon. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a live on the 5-year anniversary of We Made It Through the Wreckage, Old Sweet Day song, which went viral. And I'm going to talk about my wife's and I's story of how we met each other, why my life, I'm saying this to you guys, I live in this space of constant miracle. My life is a miracle in the sense that I should have been dead a long time ago as a young child with serious complications. I should have been lost somewhere in the world from living like a vagabond, living like a wayfaring stranger. Meeting my wife, the circumstances behind that were absolutely miraculous. And there's a lot to learn from that. And I think that God's hand is constantly in my life, constantly giving me second chances, constantly guiding my steps in everything I do. So I always give praise to God for that because, I wish we all understood how miraculous this life is. We are the miracle. Don't let them think it's all about the 9 to 5. It's all about the coin and the dollar. It's all about the algorithm. Let them know it's about the spirit. The spirit controls everything in this life. And when you understand that, you see the world in a way that is miraculous. And I feel like I've had those experiences constantly throughout my life. And maybe it's something I need to talk about more so that we understand that we are not defeated. You know what I mean? We are not falling. We are just, for a moment, flying downwards until we shoot back up, right? Annie says, "Oh wow, I'd be interested in hearing more of your testimony and the love you share with your wife." Absolutely. It's a crazy story. It involves a literal wreckage of somebody dying. I won't spoil it, but I think that I'm gonna write that down somewhere. On the 5th anniversary of We Made It Through the Wreckage, I'm gonna bring my wife on. I'm gonna talk about things that we don't talk about publicly that I think will be absolutely shocking. It's a sad, tragic story, but we together made it through it. And I think one day I have to have a movie on me. Not because I think I'm famous or worthy of a movie, but my life, there's a lot to this life that I just don't talk about all the time. That I wish that I should maybe start talking about more. And I think a lot of people can learn from it, can be inspired by it. And I just need to open up and shine my light a little bit more in this life. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let's bring it back to the final point. The tree is more than first a seed, then a stem, then a living trunk, then dead timber. The tree is a slow, enduring force, straining to win the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, win the sky. That is the moral for your weekend. That is the moral for your month. I don't know. However long you want to walk with that idea, win the sky. You know what I mean? Your life is a process partly. You know what I mean? Your life is a journey to the kingdom of heaven. Your life is a journey to, I guess, retirement. I guess to whatever you feel is the apex of your life. Don't just think that just because my next door neighbor has everything and they're winning and they have the best life and whatever, that if you're focusing on yourself, shout out to Fern, and not comparing yourself unequally to others, and I say that specifically, do not compare yourself unequally to others. Keep going and win the sky. The sky's the limit. Win the sky. Win the sky. Win the sky. I'm reading all your comments. Anyhow, you all are amazing. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay good. Stay healthy. Stay good.